Welcome to Totally Beads Live. Today we are making some very pretty little necklaces. I've called them sweethearts. So we're going to be using two different colours of pearls and some beautiful little hearts just placed as a little focal kind of feature slightly on the side. So they're really straightforward to do, just some gorgeous materials and easy bead stringing for you today. So drop me a comment. How are you doing? Have you got anything nice planned for the weekend ahead? What's the weather like? Where are you watching from? All the usual. Say hello to me and let me know that you're here. It is a very kind of dull and dark day out today, so I've got the curtains drawn, so I don't think that's kind of helping. Drawn them across so there's no shadows on the mat, but we've only just gone 10 o'clock, so who knows, the sun might still come out. So how are you? Hello to Carol, she says hi all. Hello to you. Hello to Lucy, how are you doing? She says hello lovely Natalie. Well, hello lovely Lucy. Good morning to Camille, she says good morning. Slinky Balinky. We've had a little bit of a chat last night talking about how our figures change and our life changes as we get older. And as long as we're happy and healthy, then that's the main thing, all shapes and sizes. Good morning to Christine. Hello, my lovely. She says, good morning, Natalie. So nice chatting with you this morning. Great to be part of your class today. I hope I don't fall asleep because it's 2 a.m. here. Most normal people here are asleep. She sighs. So I'm going to whisper a little bit just for you, my darling, because I know you've been up late, so thank you so much for being with us today or this evening. Hello to Catherine. She says hello from Ireland. Hello to you. How are you doing? Good morning from drizzly Bolton, says Celia. It's not raining yet. It was a little bit drizzly first thing this morning when I took my little one to school, but managed to avoid the rain so far. It's been very windy here though this week, which has been entertaining anyway, hasn't it? Hello to Tutu. She says hello Natalie and everybody. She gives me a beautiful flower, which is her national flower, I think. She says a little rainy here in Hawaii. Well, hello heart to you, my darling. Good morning to Joy. She says good morning. Sun is trying to creep out in Petersburg. Good morning to Anne. She says hello to everybody. Hello to Sue, Sue Bentley and Sue Morris. We got two Sues. Good morning to Kim. She says good morning everyone from a cloudy Birmingham. Good morning to Jan. Hello to Tiffany. Tiffany is in Minnesota and it's 4 a.m. there. Oh my goodness. I love the fact that you're all with us. She says it's currently minus 21 Fahrenheit, which is minus 30 Celsius, with a wind chill of 36 or 38. What? That is unheard of. Oh my goodness, keep warm, Tiffany. That's incredible. I've never felt cold like that before. Thought it was cold here when we had like -7. Mild day out for you there, Tiffany. Good morning to everybody. She says very excited to be catching you live this morning. Hello to Nettie, who's in Iowa, USA. We got a lot of people in from across the pond today, which is amazing. Good morning to Karen. Hello to David. He says good morning from Frinton. It's overcast here with sunny glints, getting over sciatica back, but beading again just for the usual for the weekend. Good morning to Mary. Hello, Teresa. Nettie says 4 a.m. here. I just love the fact that we can be together regardless of whether it's the middle of the night or very early morning. The wonders of technology. Hey, hello to Ruth. Good morning to Mina. Hello to Tracy. Hello to Teresa. She says she's so glad she lives in the south. And yeah, an Arctic chill. That's just, I've never known it that cold. Well, obviously it's February, so the hearts are out in full force at TotallyBeads. So I've got these very, very, very pretty necklaces for you. They're really, really sweet. I love them. We've only got 4 colours for you today, but we're mixing the colours up in each strand. So you can see here I've put different shades together, and I'm going to take you over to the website and we're going to get going. So Head over to TotallyBeads.co.uk where you can find all of our beauties. Hello to the Easleys, who's in frozen Texas. This is incredible. I love you all being here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, over on video tutorials at TotallyBeads.co.uk, you can head into whichever way you want to get there. You can go into the categories or scroll the main page, and we've got the sweetheart necklace. How gorgeous is Valentina? I'm loving all these heart themes that we've been doing lately. And on Monday, I've got another heart necklace for you. It's wire, but it is beginner level wire. There is no weaving, no wrapping, just shaping. To, I think, make a very nice statement piece. Again, a very simple make. But today we're in the sweetheart necklace. Look at them. They're just so lovely. They are £7.99 for your kit today. It's looking like the grape purple has gone out of stock. That's what I was going to demo with you. Can't believe it's gone out of stock already. Lucy, could you do me a big favour if you could send the warehouse team a little message just to see if we can update that? I'm not sure what it is that's gone out of stock, but my goodness, fastest fingers first, we've not even begun yet. So they are £7.99 for your kit, or you can get 2 for £12. The aqua blue is beautiful. That is the one that I'm wearing today. I'm thinking it's my favourite. The gold is gorgeous. The grape purple has obviously been very, very popular. And we've also got the pastel lime as well. Now you're getting 2 different colours of your beads and your gorgeous pearls in these kits. If you're getting that 2 for 12 offer, you can mix those colours again. So I'm going to show you how they look down on the mat, because I think we've got some lovely pearls that would look beautiful together if you did want to kind of change up those combinations. So £7.99. Let's have a little look what's in your kit. This is the aqua. It's just so beautiful. I think when, you know, we're in the winter, or you poor people who are minus like 30 something, you're going to be in your chunky knits, your sweaters, your winter clothing. And often your jewellery can just kind of get lost a little bit wearing those things. So something which is quite a statement piece like this would look beautiful with a little polo neck. I'm wearing it today with kind of a round neck top, but you could have this on a polo neck and it would just look beautiful. So in your kit, this is the aqua. You are getting about 100 centimeters of Tigertail. Obviously it's multi-strand, so I'm going to use 2 pieces at around 50 centimeters each. You probably won't need it all, but if you want to make it longer, you can do. You've got enough Tigertail in there. You're also going to get 8 pieces of your crimp beads, because I'm double crimping both ends of the strands. You're getting 4 calottes, because I'm doing them separately and then attaching them onto the jump rings. Jump rings aren't in your kit description, but you will get your jump rings as well. I think I'm using 3 jump rings in total, and they are going to be your 6mm jump rings. You're also going to get a 12mm lobster clasp and 2 strands of beautiful 6mm pearls. You're also going to get 9 pieces of your 12mm silver foil hearts. So these are your gorgeous aqua kit. And this is how it looks. Again, this is the one that I'm wearing here for you now. If you're not sure exactly what colours you're getting, you can scroll down the bottom and you can see those pearls as well. Now, I'm mixing them up. So I'm putting 1 shade on the inner, 1 shade on the outer, and then I'm contrasting those in between the hearts. To make an inner sit nicely, you're going to use about 1 inch less on the inner strand than you are on the outer strand. And the way I've worked that out, you will, you know, play about with it and see if it fits, because we're using these gorgeous silver foil hearts. So again, they're all kind of handmade. They're all going to be slightly different. But by using 1 more heart on the outer strand and maybe an extra glass pearl, you're creating that lovely kind of inner and outer kind of sit in position nicely. This one is your gold. Again, everything you need in your kit. You've got your beautiful, beautiful 2 different colours of pearls there. So this one we're using the dark gold and the pale gold, and you've got those hearts as well, which are also gold. These are going to be on gold plated findings, and the blue one was on silver, the aqua that I've just shown you. This is your grape purple. I will refresh excuse me, my page just in case we can have a little boost on that. I'm not too sure what it is that might be out of stock. It's probably just one of the components. Okay, so it's the light purple glass pearl rounds that are looking like they're out of stock. So I mean, you can use a different shade, I suppose. We could maybe get in contact with the warehouse and pop a different shade in, but that's the joy of, you know, doing things live. If you like them and you get them, it's first come, first serve, I'm afraid. This is your gorgeous grape purple. Anytime I use these silver foil beads, whether they're heart shapes, cube shapes, rounds, whatever, they sell really quickly. I really love the fact you love these with me. So in this combination, if you have been lucky enough to get it, you're getting the grape and the light purple and those dark purple hearts. They're really, really gorgeous. And I'm going to be demoing with this one today, because the one that I've made here, I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I've got the right shape, and I thought, you know what, I might make that sit a little better, so I'm going to demo with that again today and just try again. Again, you've got everything you need in your kit: your Tigertail, your Crimp Beads, your Calottes, your Lobster Clasp, your glass pearls in 2 different colours, and your silver foil heart beads, and you're getting your jump rings in there as well. So £7.99, or you can get that gorgeous offer of 2 for £12. Got the pastel line. Usually wear greens, but these are looking beautiful together. Really, really gorgeous. I think those hearts just really pop against those colours. So your colours of your beads in this kit are your pastel lime green and your green as well. And then you've got your green hearts. Now you can mix that pastel lime green up with various different colours if you get that offer of buying 2 for £12. And excuse me, I will show you how they look on the mat. If you put something with a particular colour, it can totally change the kind of shade and tone of that. So they are a lime green colour, but wait till you see how they look if I contrast them with a different one. So that one there for you is how it looks, your pastel lime, gorgeous colourway. 4 beautiful colours for you today. Oh, it may be, is it back in stock? Yes, we've changed it. Okay, so now we've got a rosewood in there. I think that's possibly changed. It looks beautiful. Those colours will look gorgeous together. So if you're wanting this grape purple, don't hesitate, don't wait round. I will show you how they look down on the mat now, so you can see and let me know what you like. Let me see. Oh, loads of comments. Let me scroll all the way back up. Mina is saying there's no pink for our lovely Lucy. There isn't pink, no. I do apologise for that. I think we're out of the pink hearts. I think that's why. But, I mean, I've got a very light pink top, and I'm wearing what I would say is, you know, the aqua, which is quite a baby blue colour. And I think these colours look nice together. So maybe, Lucy, you'll forgive me. Good morning to Pauline. Lucy has shared the link for you today. So we are TotallyBeads.co.uk/Facebook tutorials sweetheart necklace. Good morning to lovely Angela. Lucy says she's not happy. Sorry. Sheila says good morning. I've got Donna in as well. It's 5 a.m. here, and we've got wind chills predicted for -20 degrees today in Rhode Island. If you are somewhere where Donna is, or, you know, in those cold places in Minnesota and wherever else you've been, please, please, please stay indoors today. Stay with me. Bead, wrap up warm. Don't go out if you don't have to, because that just sounds like it's unfathomable to me, if I can say that word without stumbling. Thank you, Lucy, for finding that out for us. Christiane, is it Christine or Christiane? I can't pronounce your name because I know you're Christy, aren't you, when you comment usually, my darling. She says, I love that so many fellow Americans have discovered the joy of Natalie spreads. I'm contagious. I'm going to go global. Tiffany says, where is the pink? I know, no pink. I'm sorry. Tutu says she loves the aqua and the green. Elena's in. She says she's sorry she's late. Don't worry, you've not missed anything. Teresa said, I saw that necklace, Natalie, with the heart rhythm being a nurse. And I saw that and I thought, well, that person isn't long for the world. It's a bit of basic humour. If you're unsure what Teresa's chatting about, I will show you at the end what we're doing on Monday in regards to the heartbeat necklace. I did... going slightly off track, this week on my memories, my Facebook memories, came up that 2 years ago I did Sunday Beader with TotallyBeads, which was when I came on very naively and was like, these are the things that I've been making. And at that point, I think I'd been like making jewellery and wire working it about maybe 4-6 months or something. My makes were very... they showed promise, but they needed a lot of development. And it's amazing when you look back at your stuff and you think, they look awful, but that means I've really progressed now, I'd like to think. What was lovely was how wonderful everybody was in the comments. The same names that still appear today and to still come and watch me. And everybody said, please come on and do a tutorial. And here I am now twice a week doing the tutorials, doing something I absolutely love. So first and foremost, thank you so much for all the encouragement, all the support that you've always given me, for welcoming me in and letting me do this. But one of the things that I shown was, I think it was a Caribbean calcite, like a heart-shaped gemstone. And I'd done a heartbeat on the front of it, like with the wire, creating that shape. And Kitty said, oh, I thought it was a skyline. And we were talking about different patterns. And that just kind of made me think, well, actually, maybe we could do something a little bit similar. So that's what I'm going to do with you on Monday, a slight twist on that. Angela says she loves the gold one. Janice says she's a bit late. Hello to everybody. Lucy's, thank you, darling. She's got that back in stock for us. Joy is asking if I've got the hiccups. I did a little bit. I've got my coffee here next to me. I'm talking very fast today. I don't know why. I'm very excited. I think it's because I've got so many people in watching from all over. Francis says, good morning. David says, sorry, I bought mine earlier, but the lime green is fab. You don't ever apologise, David. Get them when you can. Mina says she's going to try this, as she's bought lots of pearl bundles in the sale. That sale was amazing, Mina. You did lucky to get in there. Lucy says she remembers the Sunday Beader. She loved it. Oh, thank you. I love you too. She says, I go by Christy, all my friends, but my parents called me Christy Ann because I was born in Berlin and they wanted a name that worked in Germany and America. Well, how interesting. That's lovely. Can I call you Christy then? Is that okay? Are we friends? David says, my makes used to be basic and they were ghastly. Now with TotallyBeads, they are better. It's progress, isn't it? It's just making and sticking at something. Anne says, I love the heart necklace, but I'm rubbish at wire work. I will show you that on Monday. It is really, really simple. It is beginner level. Anyone can do it. And they will all look slightly different. And if you have got a nursing background, you might think that's not how it should look. This is how it's going to look. Okay, so this is the necklace. I'm going to take this one off and I'll pop that down on the mat as well. And I'm just winking there at Christy. So I'm going to put these down on the mat and I'm going to show you how these colours look when you mix them up. It is quite a quick make today, but I am rabbiting on, so I suppose we should get going, shouldn't we? Okay, so let me take you down on the mat and show you the beauties. So look at them. They're just gorgeous. So I tend to put the lighter strand, let me move that one over, in the center on the inner strand, but you can do whatever you want with them. You're getting the same amount of pearls. This one I've used the darker. So you can see here, this is the gorgeous aqua. Those glass hearts are stunning. So they are silver foil in the middle. I can hear a little bit of feedback. Can anyone hear any feedback? Is the sound okay? Let me just move that and see if that helps. So again, I've spoken to you about these before. They're absolutely beautiful. They are handmade beads, a very traditional way of making a bead. The technique originated in Venice, I think, originally. You've got a beautiful coloured glass with a gorgeous silver foil core in the middle. And they are just shaped exquisitely. So I'm putting those hearts all in the same direction. Just think they're so pretty. I've called them sweetheart, not because it necessarily is the shape of a sweetheart neckline, but more so that they just look like little sweets. They're really, really pretty. Thank you for letting me know the sound's okay. This is your green colourway with the lime. Now, if I was to pick that lime up and pop them with the lighter shade in the blue, that's giving a completely different look again. It's not necessarily looking like a lime there. So, you know, you can mix these colours up if you're getting that two offer. You don't have to put the colours together like I have. We've got this beautiful purple. So the beads are all running on one colour and then they swap over just by the heart. So they're interchanged in those kind of the pale colours in between. Again, if I'm picking up the gold one here, you could mix those two together and that would be absolutely beautiful. You could go for something quite bold and autumnal and you could put those two together. So I personally would make the most of the offer and I would sit and look at your beads if you're getting more than one, if you're getting the multi-buy. And I would just sit and lay my strands of beads out and think, well, actually, what do they look like together? And just play about with those colours. They're really straightforward to do. So we're going to get going. I'm just going to move those off to the side. Get them out the way. And I'll have a little sip of my drink before we start. Let's just push them right up so I've got nothing in shot. David said he could hear me twice as well. Hopefully I've resolved that now. Lucy says she didn't realise there was hearts on these. Teresa says the gold and purple pearls with the green hearts. Again, Mary says, oh, Natalie, I think you and Kitty have such a talented imagination to produce the jewellery that you do. Thank you so much. Well, you know, we share ideas with each other and quite often it will be... it was actually Pauline in the group this week that shared something and it was very funny because I'd literally been working on something very similar to do on a live in the future and I was playing about with the prototype and then Pauline had made something similar as well, kind of like using a macrame technique with wire, and I just thought, you know what, sometimes great minds. So I have cut 2 lengths of my Tigertail and I've cut them at about 50 centimeters each. Obviously I'm going to make them different sizes, but that will be because of the amount of pearls that I'm using. So I'm going to start off adding my findings, and by findings I mean my calotte and my crimp beads. Now I tend to use a bead stopper as well often when I'm playing about with this so they don't fly off the ends, but I'm just wondering where I may have put it. There it is. See, sometimes I am organised and I amaze myself as well. Because I kind of know the pattern I'm putting the pearls on, I'm going to put my findings on to begin with, which is just going to give me, you know, something to make sure they're not like slipping off. So I'm going to take my calotte and I'm threading my Tigertail through the little hole so it's coming up like this. Now I apologise if I do go over basics, but me and Christy were having a little chat And just discussing that everybody is at different levels. So for some of you, and I said I'll probably be like, I'm teaching you to suck eggs, which is a very odd expression, but I will be covering kind of old ground. But for some people, it might be very new, or it might be a completely different kind of technique to look at. Where did that crimp bead go? I'm double crimping. So what I'm doing is I'm sliding on 2 crimp beads. I'm going to do it this way now because it's all fallen off. And I'm going to take them right up to the end of my Tigertail. And I'm going to flatten them down. So all I'm doing is just crushing them so they will stop. If I've got a little tiny bit of Tigertail at the end, I can just give that a little tiny trim. And then I'm going to slide my calotte up over those crimp beads. And I'm just going to give it a little push down. Now I push it down with my fingers first, just to make sure that they're kind of lined up. Sometimes you can close it and it kind of goes off a little bit. And that's quite annoying because you want those to line up because you'd like to have easy access through both of those little holes in your calotte, just to get your jump ring on at the end. Linda's saying, hi Natalie, not to criticise, but did you put the hearts upside down for a reason? Well, I put them this way. If you want to put them the other way, you can put them the other way, but are they upside down? If you flip your necklace over, they're still going to go that way, aren't they? I put them this way. If you want to put them the other way, you totally can, Linda. And that is not a criticism. That is just a preference. It's the same when I added that extra jump ring onto the earrings, what they called the Elite earrings the other week. Everyone was like, I wouldn't have bothered putting that in. And I was like, okay, well, I did. Everybody's different and you can change this up as much as you want to. Lucy says, my mojo is finally starting to come back and making stuff. I'm just not finishing it off. But it's there again, so I'm happy. We're happy too. Yeah, sometimes I go through phases where I'll absolutely make a whole load of things, and other times I just feel like I won't make anything. Okay, so I'm going to start with my inner strand, and I'm going to put my lighter colour on in the middle. So I'm going to take off 20 of my pearls. Cut that open. Some slide off, some don't. Tied a little knot in the end of that. So let me just open them up. So I should have 20 of my pearls there. Again, if you want to change the size, you can just add more on or add less on. All I'm doing is making sure that my inner strand works out about an inch smaller or shorter than the outer, so it will sit nicely in the middle. Okay, so Camille also feels like the heart's the wrong way round. Then I tell you what then, when I make this one, I will turn them round. If that's what you think, if that's what the consensus is, then that's what we'll do. It'll work exactly the same, she says. Should do. It'll be the same kind of, sizing on them. So that's not a problem. So I'm sliding on my pearls, just bead stringing, picking them up, threading them on. And I think I'm going to work off the other one as well, and we'll do them both at the same time. Diane says, question, love off the centre necklaces, but mine never stay like that. They always whiz round, so the heavy bit goes to the bottom. I've not found it with this, to be honest, Diane. Obviously I was wearing the blue one, and they did tend to stay in position. If it's slightly off centre, all that means is we've just placed more essentially onto this end. so they will sit more here. But I haven't noticed it, but I do get what you mean. Hello to DIY Dream Weddings, and Lucy has shared the link. Lucy, it's called Sweetheart Necklace, but you said you didn't notice that there was hearts in there. You're sharing the link. David's also said, Lucy, I'm glad that you've got your mojo back. Keep beading and wiring. Right, I am actually gonna do the other one as well while here, and then I will show you. Hopefully they don't all fall off. And I can use my bead stopper if I need to. So calotte again on one of the other strands. Picking up 2 of my crimp beads. Now it doesn't really matter if the calottes don't go on fully straight on this end, because you can just slide it back off. But obviously when you're fastening it onto the end, on the other end of your tiger tail, then once it's on and you've cut it and you've crimped it, it's a bit of a pain. You can kind of have a little bit of a jig and kind of try and reopen it again, but you don't want to weaken that clasp on that calotte. So closing it over slightly with my fingers, lining them up, and then when I'm happy they're kind of in position, I'm just gently going to push it down. I don't want to crush it too much. I'm just kind of making sure that closes over so those little holes line up. Lucy says, not sure what's going on with me this morning. Mina says, I did think heart beads are the wrong way around. I just my thinking. I think most people would say that my hearts are the wrong way around. So I will change them up. Okay, so this time on this strand, which is going to be my outer strand, I'm still going to start off with 20. But I'm going to put 20 on of the different colour, which is in my kit. So I've got this gorgeous, gorgeous deep purple. Very, very pretty. Lucy says she thinks it looks more quirky with the hearts upside down. Yeah, but you're saying they're upside down. So then I'm going to turn them round. I'm going to turn them round for this make. And then when you get your kits, you can do what you think. I don't know. I don't know why I put them that way, but I did all 4 like colorways with them that way. I put them all the same way, as long as they're the same way, as in they're all kind of facing down. If they're all upside down or they're all the right way up, it doesn't matter as long as they're kind of facing the same direction. You might want to change it where you do. You could do one strand going one way and be in a strand going another way. You could alternate them in between. You do what you want to do. It's your make. So I'm just threading the next ones on. So as I say, if you want to make it longer, if you would like your hearts to be positioned slightly differently on your strand, then you can change the amount of pearls that you're putting on. But for now, I want both strands to have the same amount of pearls on. So I've put 20 on each like this. Now I'm going to change the colour. So on the inner strand, I'm going to put 4 of my beautiful glass hearts. And on the outer strand, I'm going to put 5. But I'm just going to change the colour of the beads around them. So for the inner strand, where I've put the lighter, beautiful kind of lilac-y colours on, I'm going to then put one of the dark ones on. And I'm going to put my heart the correct way up. Like so. So it's not a complete science in regards to exactly how many pearls have to go on the outer for the inner to sit in between. As I say, it's usually about an inch in difference. I make them both at the same time so I can line them up together and just double check that. But because each of the hearts are handmade, there may be a very small difference in terms of, you know, how it kind of tapers down at the end. So I tend to find that by putting one extra heart on the outer and maybe one extra pearl, it will sit okay. But just line it up as you do and have a little check. Camille says you could even alternate them. Snap, you said alternate as I was typing. Again, great minds. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on the inner with the other colour pearls on the opposite, kind of around them. And then again onto the outer strand, changing up the colour of pearl. And then I'm going to add 5 hearts with the different colour pearls in between. Oh, I don't want to admit it, but actually I do think they look better this way up. I don't, maybe I was just having an upside down kind of day when I was putting these together, but I felt like that was the way they should be. And now looking at them this way, I'm like, well, now I think this is the way they should be. Diane says, if you put point to point and top of heart to heart, they would look like bows. Yeah, so you could put them like that. That'd look really cute as well, Diane. And then you just have your little pearls in between. Ooh. Okay, you're going to have to play about with these when you get your kits. People say they don't think Kitty's used foil hearts. A few of you have said that. I don't know what make... she's been doing lots of hearts at the moment as well. She's made the most amazing necklaces. But no, I don't think they wear the foil hearts. I've used the foil hearts before, and I will be using them again. So I used these small 12mm ones with the large one, the big, large, chunky ones as well on the key rings that we did. So again, more lovely kind of Valentine's Day ideas. I think we've still got those in stock. So if you're thinking, you know, you want to go back over older projects or past projects, you can do. Okay, so I've got my 4 hearts in the middle and my 5 hearts on the outer. And now I'm just going to go back to the original colour of pearl and I'm going to play about with it again. So I'm thinking maybe about 45 more on the inside and maybe 46 on the outer, but we're going to have to just play about and see. If you want to, you can pop a bead stopper on the strand that you're not working on. I think these are on the website and I think they're about £1 or something. Lucy says, oh, I remember the key rings. I did those. They were really lovely. And Elaine, I totally agree. She says those hearts would make beautiful earrings too. So let's have a play about and let's just see. I'm going to have enough on my strand either way. I just want to see how many. So I will count in my head as I go. So you're not hearing me count out loud. But again, it might be slightly different on your kit depending on, you know, the exact kind of shape of your hearts that you've got. They're all going to be heart shaped, but some of them do slightly differ, even if it's just by maybe 1mm or whatever. It won't even be 1mm, but you know what I mean. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mina says, I made some last week, but I didn't get a chance to take pictures. What were you making? Was it the earrings? Christy, thank you so much. She says, well, I like your design. I think it's more unusual and artsy. Well, you know, maybe we should have called it Fallen Heart or Broken Heart or something. It was Sweetheart. I think it's sweet. You can put it on whichever way you want. I'm not counting my pearls now. I will count them again at the end. But again, you can just line them up next to each other and see how that fits. I kind of want these to sit so that these pearls change colour at the same point and my hearts kind of start at the same point. Good morning to Kath, which is my mummy. How are you doing? Are you all right? How's work been? Looking forward to seeing you later on. I miss you. Mina, what were you making? Was it earrings? What didn't you get to take pictures of? These look nice actually with my nails, don't they? They're matching. I do love these colours. I'm so glad we were able to get this back in stock for you. But I say they go very, very quickly. Anytime I'm using these silver foil hearts, they just get snapped up quick. So £7.99 today for a beautiful necklace. Or you've got the 2 for £12 as well, which is a bargain. So you don't have to be putting these colours together. You know, have a little look at some of the softer colours or the lighter shades that you're getting in your kits, and you know, you might want to play around with that. It's nice, as I say, when you're wearing a chunky knit or like woolly jumpers this time of year, it's nice to have something quite bold that's going to stand out. So you might want to put, you know, 2 of the more kind of bolder colours together rather than kind of more pastel shades. Yeah, Mina says they were silver foil earrings and she found them in a stash. I think yours and Lucy's stash must be probably just as large as mine. I've got lots of boxes with bits and bobs in. I did have to move some to my mum's house. Thanks, Mum. I will bring stuff back while I was sorting things out while we were getting work done on the house. And it's only when I'm putting things together that I'm like, oh, I forgot I had that. Oh, I forgot I had this. Lucy says she hopes her TotallyBeads parcel comes today. She's got loads in the clearance section. Christy says, what I love about your designs is that you can use a lot of variations and they still look gorgeous. Thank you very much. I know you often encourage us to change it to fit our artistic sense. Yeah, well, you know, everybody's jewellery. It's the joy of making something handmade. You get to kind of put your spin and your take on it. Diane saying, what's a woolly knit? Still in very short sleeve summer tops. Well, you lucky lady. To be honest, this is the first day I've not been in a big, thick, woolly jumper in ages. It's like my second skin now. It's that or my dressing gown. Lucy says, I think Mina's got more beads than the warehouse. And good morning, Edward. Not seen you for a little while, my love. I hope you're okay. Right, should I count my beads on this side, on my pearls, and just generally see how many we've got? Got 43. I'm going to go for 45, I think, just because I want to make sure that it's sitting nicely around my neck. I may have miscounted. All right, so what you can do at this point is you can put your other finding on, and then you can just play about with the outer one. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to play around with the sizes of the outer one first, and if I need to take any off or add any on, I can do. So if I've got, say, 45, if we've counted right, I'm probably going to try and see 46 and see how that fits. Again, I don't know if I've miscounted there, but let's try. So I'm going back to the original colour that I've started with. Oh, thank you very much, David. He says your designs are unique. Well, I get inspiration from lots of different places, usually just trawling the internet, and I'll see a design. They're not always mine. I do sometimes see things and think, oh, that looks good. And then I try and kind of change that up a little bit to be my design, or work with maybe the different products and things like that. You will be amazed. I always think with particularly watching Kitty, you know, she might do the same stitch again in the future, and it will look completely different because she's using different beads and different components. Yeah, I just, obviously I'm often kind of inspired by different kind of themes. So obviously this is inspired by Valentine's Day. The necklace on Monday is inspired by a design I'd done a long time ago, but again, changed up into something different. What have I missed? I think someone mentioned toast. Beans on toast for the rest of the month, says Lucy. This is because you've been buying beads. The worst thing is when you buy something and then a little bit later you find a stash of them that you've already got. But then I think, well, you can't have too many of whatever. Or you buy something and you buy the wrong size and you think, well, now I'm going to have to get the size that I was originally after. Yeah, things always come back into use. You always find use of them. My real problem is I'm still buying stuff, and I've not made the last lot of things. So I'll tell you a little secret. And I shouldn't be buying anything at the moment because I'm spending so much money on the house and things. But I bought an ammonite last week, and it is very pretty. And I thought, oh, I like that. It's a bargain. I'll buy that. And I've got a drawer full of them really that I've not used, I've not wrapped yet. I've got lots of designs in my head. Sometimes we're talking about inspiration. I look at a gemstone, like I bought. I'm confessing all my buying now, but I bought something again. The same day last week, I must have been on a little bit of buying spree. And I seen it, and the minute I seen it, a design popped into my head, and I thought, I know exactly what I want to do with that. When I will get round to doing that, I do not know. Hopefully it will be, you know, it won't sit in the drawer forever until I've bought some more and completely forgot about it. David says, when I was packing to move, I had 3 big boxes of beads. So you've probably got just as many as the warehouse as well, David. Yeah, I agree. Camille says to Lucy, you need to start selling more then. It's a big job though, isn't it, when you're listing things online and things like that. If you go to a craft fair, then that's brilliant. Okay, right. What I'm doing is I'm rabbiting on. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm positioning my inner strand inside my outer, and I'm creating that curve down on my mat so I can see how many pearls I need to add on or take off my inner. I did count them and then I stopped counting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue adding my pearls on my outer until they kind of reach to the same point. So it's important to put the curve in your necklace so you're showing how it's going to sit when it's together. Obviously your outer needs to be a little bit bigger because that's going to come up. They're going to they've got their own different calottes, but they're going to share the same jump ring. Yeah, so I've put them, if I can show you this one, I've put them both on one jump ring together so they will sit nice. So I want this to come up here, and then I'm going to bring that round. So I think if I add that extra pearl on and that extra heart, they should sit nicely. I might take one off the inner. So I'm just going to sit and have a little play about with them and check I'm happy with how they're lined up. So I think that should do. We'll try it and see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop my bead stopper on one end while I add my calotte on. So I'm going to keep that curved shape in the necklace while I add the calotte on. And I'm doing that just to kind of get the tension right, essentially. I don't want major gaps in my tiger tail at the end. So I'm just going to push up my pearls and I'm going to add on my first crimp bead. I'm going to come in with a pair of pliers and just crush down that crimp bead close down to the calotte. And then I'm going to add my next one on. So I'm double crimping, so I've got that sturdiness. Just looking then to check, did I put my hearts on the same way? Okay, just making sure that's nice and secure. Lucy says, I think my hobby is actually buying beads, not making stuff with the beads. Camille agrees, hers too. Mina, I think, is talking about a guide group, so when she's going to do some sales. Oh my God. She says, waiting for my guide group to confirm for March, but not sure I will cope with 28 girls. You're going to be busy. Christy says, I can relate, Lucy. I go bead shopping a lot. Hubby thinks I'm nuts. He says, don't you have enough? Hello to Mariam. She says, good morning. Christy says, my thoughts are you can never have enough beads. I agree. Diane says, I love ammonite. I think ammonite just means bought a necklace in a shop, sell all ammonite in Canada. They were wonderful big ones. Yeah, I like ammonite and I like ammonite. I like anything, Diane. Lucy says, Christy, my hubby has given up telling me off over beads, lol, but he says the same all the time. Don't you have enough? Yeah, well, they don't know, do they? Lucy's saying just ignore him. And non-beaders don't get it. Well, you know, it's nice to have a hobby, isn't it? You're getting the joy of being able to kind of buy something pretty and then make something beautiful. It gives you, you know, a little bit of time. If you're teaching someone, I mean, Chrissy, we're talking about knitting. So if you can teach somebody a skill, then, you know, it's lovely. Plus, you've also got gifts on hand at any occasion should you need them. So putting on those 2 crimp beads, making sure they are steady. And now I'm going to cut off the ends of my tiger tail. I'm wondering if I should have, no, that's fine. Cutting off my tiger tail. So you can see I used 50 centimeters for each one and I've got over an inch left there. Esther says she's got 2 hobbies, making and collecting. Camille says it keeps me out of trouble if I'm making something. I'm not so sure, Camille. You're always trouble. David says beading is good for mental health and well-being. I could not agree more, David. And Tracy says she's like a magpie. Yeah, I think there's a lot of that going on. Right, I'm closing over those cloths, lining that one up a little bit better. And the same with this one. Over with my fingers first and then giving it a little crush down. So in terms of attaching my findings and my jump rings, I'm going to use 3 jump rings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up one and I'm going to thread my inner on and my outer. And I'm also going to add my Lobster Clasp. Got a lovely 12mm Lobster Clasp there, so it's just going to go onto that jump ring with ease. And I'm going to close that up. And then on my other strand, I do hope I've lined these up accordingly. I should have. I'm going to go with the other jump ring. Let me just close that calotte over again. Need to give it a little bit more of a push down. So I'm going to go through my outer strand and my inner strand. And then just so I can kind of get it on a little bit easier when I'm attaching it, you can just attach them together, but I tend to add that extra jump ring just onto the last one. And then when I pop my Lobster Clasp through to attach, I'm attaching it onto that last jump ring. And it should fit. Shall we try it and hope for the best? So I'm just going to open it up. Let me bring you up a bit. I'm going to open it up so my inner's on the inside. I'm going to just drop down that last jump ring, attach it on, and then just position them. So it should. Have I twisted it as I've put it on? Yes. And because I'm on mirror image, I'm getting very confused. So which colour was my inner? It was the lighter one, wasn't it? I completely twisted that. There you go, completely different design for you. There's the lighter one gone. There it is. Okay, there you go. So my hearts are now facing this way up, and that is my lovely little necklace. Camille, she says, when you say inner and outer, I keep thinking belly buttons. You're nuts. See, beading doesn't keep you out of trouble. You're always trouble. Mina says it is agreeing and says it stops her from going out to shops, I think that should be, and spending money. Diane says, a neighbour offered to decorate my front room. Where do I put all the beads, wool and card making? Diane, so many of us do more than one craft day. Yeah, well, I think we all start somewhere, don't we? For me, like, I'm never going to get bored of beading, and I'm never going to get bored of wire work. I think that's a hobby now, which is just a passion. But I look back, especially when I was talking about doing the Sunday beader, talking about the different things that I've done, and me and Katie were the same. I'm like, oh yeah, resin, I've got resin. Not done that. Oh, polymer clay. Oh yeah, I've got that. No, I've still got that sitting in a box. Mosaics. I went through a big phase of mosaics for a little bit. I've got boxes of that as well. And still not enough hours in the day. Lucy, you're coming up. Is there two Lucys, or am I getting? Yeah, I think there might be. I've got very pretty make, love it. David saying it looks beautiful. Tracy saying it looks beautiful. Chrissy says, such a hugely fun make today. It's because you were here. It's because you've joined us. You've all taken your time to come, whatever you should be doing, whatever time of day it is, whatever the weather's like, and you've all come and interacted with me. And I've had an awful lot of fun with you today. Mina says, a single strand necklace would also look good. It would. It definitely would, but I do like a multi-strand. Sue says, talking about buying beads, and delivery from TotallyBeads has just arrived. Yay! Very lovely, says Tutu. And now you're all talking about, okay, so it is you. You've got Lucy Lockett and Lucy Garrett. You're all talking about different beads and cupboards and storage systems. I mean, if only you could see what I am sitting in, you would be appalled with me. I've got stuff absolutely everywhere. But this, got one nice clean wall behind me. So this is how the magic happens. You just think I'm sitting in a very tidy, organised room. If that camera moves, you'll be like, oh my goodness. So, but I know where it is. If it's on the floor and in a box, I can see it. I know where it is. Esther, thank you so much. That's really kind of you. He says, your makes are brilliant. And Tracy says, you do make me laugh. I'm a carer for my son, so this is a lifeline. That's lovely, Tracy. We love you to bits. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. Tiffany says, love all your makes. So glad I could catch you live today. Thank you for all the inspiration. You are most welcome. Camille, should I leave on Camille's comment? What are you going to say now? I've got a craft room. I've got wool, materials, card making stuff, about 5 card making machines, etc., etc. Christy says, it's like Christmas when I get my Totally Beads. Good night to Tutu. Okay, what are you doing Monday, says Lucy. Sneaky peek for you. Nearly knocked my coffee over. Do bear with me. So, on Monday, we're going to be doing these. Something a little bit different. She's a little bit reflective, so I don't know whether you can see her it too well. But we're going to be making little heartbeat necklaces out of wire. Really, really simple, really straightforward to do. Little bit of chain, lovely bit of sparkle. That's all you're getting. That's all I'm going to flash at the moment. So come and join me on Monday. Lucy says, oh wow, those look good. Hope there's a pink. You're going to have to wait and see. Right, my lovelies, thank you so much for such a wonderful, wonderful morning. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Stay warm, stay wrapped up. Sweet dreams if you go into bed. Good morning if you're just getting up, and have a wonderful day. And I will see you on Monday for the heartbeat necklaces. Take care.